Hey everybody, I just wanted to come in and make a really quick video and to hopefully encourage some of you to remember that just because you're down does not mean you're out, and that Yah is always working to put people into your life that are going to care for you, that are going to help uplift you and encourage you. And once again, I have been incredibly blessed to be on the receiving end of this. Having been on the receiving end of it so many times here in Tennessee with so many amazing people that I've met since I came here, that quite honestly, I don't think we would have ever gotten through this last year without many of those people. And even though some of them are kind of distant right now, I want everybody to know that everything that they've ever done for me and my family is so appreciated and has encouraged us to stay steadfast in our faith. And it's really actually increased our faith tremendously, knowing that the Father is always working in the background to make sure that our family is taken care of and that we're being provided for by the Father. I just wanted to share a really quick praise report. Many of you know that I had a very unkind living situation the last month. I invited somebody to come and stay with us, and it was a disaster of biblical proportions, literally. This person came into my home and represented this peace and love type of vibe that he had going, but actually did not understand what love actually is and how love actually functions in our lives. And this person really wreaked a lot of havoc in our lives. And we were suffering a lot of really, really heavy oppression, feelings of anxiety and depression and overall dread in my home for the last month with this person staying here. And after being nudged by the Holy Spirit to actually go through his room, found that he had brought tarot cards into my home and crystals into my home, which I know what he uses the crystals for. If he's bringing tarot cards, I'm not a fool. So this kid was basically using tools of witchcraft in my home and opening all kinds of doors that me and the boys were being very affected by. And in fact, I had sleep paralysis for the first time in my life once this person came into our house. It was very, very scary time for us. And also a very infuriating time, because it was a time where we are still grieving for Rick. And we're in kind of that mind space, where we're already, over... I don't want to put this the wrong way, but just feeling overburdened and feeling that loss, So we were already in that state of mind, and then to have the enemy come in and just basically crash the walls down around us. So many things took place over the last month that were just really just crazy. I remember at one point saying, I feel like I'm living out the script of a horror movie. Like, the things that I was experiencing just didn't even seem real. And so, anyways, all that to say that we finally threw him out of the house. When I found the tarot cards and everything, I was like, I can't have him here anymore. He's got to go, because this is not something I tolerate in my house. So we took him to a hotel room, and we got him a hotel room for 2 days, and then told him after that he was on his own. He needed to figure out what he was going to do. I had been talking to his family in the background, his mom and his dad, and they were like, do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, he's got a family here. If he needs something that bad, he can call us. So So yeah, we ended up taking him to the hotel. Well, 2 days later, I woke up and I had a hole in my radiator. Now, I'm not a conspiracy type, but I would have to say it was in an odd place and it just looked a little bit like somebody could have taken something and just boop right into the grill and put a hole in my radiator. It doesn't look like anything that would have happened by hitting something or anything like that. And I'm not trying to make a false accusation. I'm just simply saying I woke up and I had a hole in my radiator. It seemed a little oddly timely placed, um, given everything that had happened over the past couple of days before that. So anyway, I end up with this hole in my radiator, and it's in Rick's car, the Jeep. So I end up, well, what am I going to do? I go online and I look it up, and it could cost anywhere from $300 to $500, but all the way up to $1,000, depending on who you take it to and their cost of labor and the whole 9 yards. So I was like, wow, this is going to be something. If I want to fix this, I'm going to have to take out a loan or something. So I was like, just didn't know what to do. And then a new guy had started coming to church a couple of weeks ago, and Norm told me, he says, hey, so and so works on cars. I was like, oh, good to know. Considering I'm a driver, there's always something that needs to be done on my cars. If I can find a good, honest mechanic, that would be awesome. So, and they're right here in Murfreesboro. So I called him today and I was like, so this is the situation. This is my car. And he says, well, can you get it to me? And I was like, well, I don't think I should drive it because it's leaking. And I said, and he said, okay. And we're just talking about the car a little bit. And then he says to me, he says, so tell me about your husband. He says, I heard he passed away quite suddenly. And I was like, yeah, he did. And I told him the story about Rick. And I told him, ever since then, me and the boys are just working to stay above water and hopefully ride out our lease so we can figure out where Yah wants to put us next year. And so money is tight. So I need to know before I even get this car towed to you, what kind of money am I looking at here? And so he says, well, he's like, here's what we're going to do. He says, I'm going to send somebody over to tow the car over here, and then we're just going to go ahead and take care of it. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he says, well, we're going to do the repairs for you for free. And I just started crying. I was just like, you don't have to do that for me. We'll figure something out, I don't want your company to to do something like that for us, And he said, well, it's what the Father would want us to do. So that's what we're going to do. And I was like, just blown away by it. And I was so touched by it, so humbled by it. And I just wanted to take a minute to encourage you that Yahweh hears you. He hears you even when you are praying with a lack of faith and a prayer that is just feeling so hopeless and so unworthy, that he hears you and he sees every tear and he knows what you need. And it's such an expensive job, and he doesn't even know me. I don't know him. And it was just so it was so awesome that people that I have encountered over this year still exist, that they still care. They still don't have motives in their caring. Everything that they do, their only motive is to do what Yahweh told them to do. So I just want to encourage you that just keep praying, because Yahweh hears you. He knows what you're going through. And I often joke that Yahweh doesn't care about our cars, he doesn't care about our houses, but he cares about our needs. And if that car is a need, like with me, I can't work without those cars. I need my cars. I rely on my cars so that I can make money, and the Father knows that. And he hears our prayers. So please don't give up. Don't stop praying. Always pray a prayer of faith, even when you're on your last, like the song says, and you wonder if you can bow your head even one more time. Do it one more time, and don't stop praying. Just keep praying. He is close to the brokenhearted, and he knows your needs, and he is working everything out for your good. So I just really wanted to encourage you in that today. Oh, I gotta get this cat before he gets up in that house, or I'll never get him out of there. Oh man. Anyways, I just really wanted to put this on you today and let you know that he is taking care of you. He is looking out for you, and don't give up faith. He is there with you in the fire. He is there with you through the trial. He is there. He is in your boat through the storm. Don't forget that. He is in your boat. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Shalom.